Welcome to the SFL Today, ladies and gentlemen, and for another great season of football, college and pro. An excellent season start. We have 32 players, a record number for the SFL, and 32 people got their picks in. Great job, Commissioner, I think.
I think so, Commissioner.
And as we're in the shout-out mode, I just wanted to take the time to shout out some of our SFL supporters and SFL members who are doing some great things. Our stats person, Devin, who compiled all the stats for our yearbook last year, just completed all the requirements for his doctorate, now Dr. Devin Kearns.
Congratulations, Devin. Dr. Kearns.
And got my Vanderbilt t-shirt on in recognition of his great efforts. Another great shout out to Bo Cheever, freshman at UNH. Good luck, Bo, and don't forget to do a lot of studying. And then Luke, changing from the East Coast to the West Coast, going to Lewis and Clark. Luke, good luck. You're off to a pretty good start in the SFL too. Any other shout-outs, Commish?
As a matter of fact, Commish, I want to bring up to you a shout-out to you, Commish. I mean, this summer you ran the Falmouth Road Race, did an excellent job, finished it in about an average of 10-minute miles. It's over 7 miles, so, and I don't know if you can see this on the camera, but it shows us finishing together. I jumped in the last half mile, quarter mile.
As you see here, this gentleman on the right there, we call him the Rosie Ruiz of the Falmouth Road Race. And if you don't know who Rosie Ruiz is, look it up on your Google, Boston Marathon and Cheaters, and you're going to find it. He ran the last quarter mile. I ran 7.3.
Well, I do look quite fresh there. All right.
All right, sir. This year, we wanted to talk about what we did last year.
Yeah.
Who you think the top 5 players are going to be, and who I think the top 5 players are going to be. So why don't you give us a little recap from last year, how we did.
All right, well, we don't have left over from last year the sign up there, but here's how it went down. Stephen picked Joe C, of all people, Tim, of all people, John M, they stole that from me, Dylan and Mark, of all people, and then I had Bill, Ellen, Julie, Francine, and David. And just to see how it came out, all of my, except for David who had 96 wins, all my others ended up with over 100 wins. Ellen winning it all at 118, Francine with a 113, for a total of 537 wins total, or 107 average. 107 average, remember that. Stephen, all 3 of the 4 of his did not get to 100 wins. John M, of course, did, and Dylan, 105, eked it out. But he had a total of 490 or 98 wins. So Team Brian last year killed Team Steve, Commish 2, Commish 3.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, folks, we're going to do it again this year, so if you're on my list, you're probably doomed. But I do think I have some really good players this year that I'm picking to be top of the league.
Do you want to start it off then?
Sure. Francine. Francine, we looked at the records, and if you look at your yearbook from last year, if you have one, the top wins total of all time, Francine, I think, was like about 15, but she started in year 2. If you take year 1 out of the equation, then Francine would be in 3rd place overall, all-time SFL, only 1 game behind John M, and of course Bill's number 1. So she's my pick to have a good year, always a consistent picker, and I think she's going to...
I think that is a good pick, Commish. And I picked Glenn S. And the reason I did is...
this is ridiculous.
Well, you know...
rookie, never played this, never been in the SFL. I don't know where he comes...
well, because he's such a strong... I played him in fantasy.
No offense, Glenn, but...
But I played him in fantasy. He's a very knowledgeable... He's got like 3 fantasy football teams. Yeah. Very knowledgeable.
This isn't fantasy.
It turns out that he is up there already in week 1. You know, confirming my pick. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, Sean, I'm picking Sean. Reason for this is pretty much because of what Dylan had said about his brother. Thinking Sean is going to be able to focus more this year because USC is really out of the picture. They're not going to be a factor in his thinking because they can't go to a bowl game.
All right. Okay, and you know, Sean, I think Sean's got some distractions going on, but we'll move on. And I'm going with the current champion. She is absolutely no fluke at all. She's way up there on the lifetime wins, and you know, had a strong season.
I'll grant you the champ. And then I'm going to go with the 4-time champ Bill. There's no question Bill's a strong picker, always been there. So on.
Okay, so I waited too long. He took Bill Butt. I'm going to turn around and I'm taking John M. this year then, and we'll see how that works.
All right, and then of course another suggestion from the sports fans, Bo. Bo has been a pretty consistent picker. Now that he's a college student, he'll have more time than ever to figure out what to do with the SFL, since his studying will probably be taking a second tier.
Well, I'm going to follow your lead a little bit and go with the young guns. I'm going with Ryan, my homeboy Ryan out in
This is
Shrewsbury.
a total kiss up to his boss. You know, his boss's son Ryan. No offense, Ryan, but what's this Ryan done?
Well, Ryan is very smart and fellow. Go ahead.
I'm not going to.
Who do you pick last there?
Me.
Oh, you. Yeah.
Hey, I had, you know, I tied for the most wins last year. One fluke, and I would have been the champion. I would have had that trophy sitting right here.
So, and I'm gonna go with the young gun again and stay with the all-rookie team. Patrick T.
Another bogus pick. You know, he's just sucking up to his niece Natalie.
Well, speaking of suck-ups, I think he's sucking up to Sean, and Dylan's sucking up to Sean because you're both afraid of Sean, and that's why. So there's a lot of sucking up going on here, and that's okay.
Yeah. So speaking of Sean and USC, what do you think about USC this year being put on the picks?
Well, you put me on the spot, Commish, but, you know, giving it a little thought, you know, I think that we have to go with the NCAA on this one. You know, USC has broken the rules. They can't be in a bowl game, and so in line with that, they're not going to be on the picks this year.
You know, I think that's totally a bogus approach. I mean, the SFL is not the NCAA. The NCAA is a bogus organization anyways, and I mark my words, as a commission.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Well, you know, as Dan would say, we'll see means no. We'll
but at any rate, that's up in the air because USC needs to be punished in some way, and also I forgot the also.
We got the also.
We got it covered there.
I think we got it covered. We ran a little bit long on some of the stuff. Brian, put your picks up.
Oh, so let's just
we'll do a recap here.
Recap the picks here.
Here's a recap of the picks for this year, and we'll have this for posterity.
Mark my words, buddies. Don't go against me. 107 to 98.
So
have a nice time.
That's our signal. Good night. Good luck.
Good night and good luck.